gibe sunam ki jola venchir sange druparsho shudam zogi jonam la Yangju bardu dagni gyatsuchi Nagi chunyen gibe sunam ki Jola venchir sange druparsho Shudam zogi jonam la Yangju bardu dagni gyatsuchi Nagi chunyen gibe sunam ki Jola venchir sange druparsho.
Shogadish mogadi. Okay. Homework time. Kill him.
So three better words. Kill. Kill.
Wow, that's a hard one.
Is it something missing?
Kill.
That's a hard
It
one.
has to do with the words. So,
Yeah, good.
but there's no.
Say kill.
So it
what's
seemed
that?
that something was missing.
What's that mean?
Meaningless. I don't know.
Useless talk.
Useless talk.
Yeah, we rarely see the word by itself.
Yeah.
Useless talk. Wasting time. Talking about politics and stuff.
Sliver.
Yeah.
That's sekma.
Oh.
It's similar.
Oh, gossip?
Shard?
It means a pebble or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stones.
Small stone.
Dormant.
Medicine that fixes you?
Ah, that's cement.
Cement.
Pickman.
Yeah, lower,
low and high.
lower.
Yeah, low and high. Height.
Oh, height.
Yeah. Height.
Yeah.
What's it mean?
Heal in Chinese is it? Healing.
Yeah, he just said excuse me because he sneezed or something. I get jealous of him because the Chinese people don't go like this. What? Well, to me, they go, what? What? Okay, good. I feel better. That's a vow, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
We should be stingy with praising word. We should be stingy with praising word, okay?
Just when they come.
Yeah, it's my anti-vow.
Knock knock. When praising words, knock knock.
So what are the DCI life tools mentioned in last class?
Whoa. That's a tough question.
10 good deeds.
Oh, 4 flowers is good.
My answer would be a combination.
Oh, good, okay.
10 virtues.
Yeah, it's mostly about the third flower and the first flower of the negative 10 karmas.
That's true.
And we can deduct from the fourth flower because it's
Wow,
kind
nice.
of next life's environment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice answer.
And what karma do you need to collect if you want to live in a place where the earth is beautiful and has got great power?
Not killing people?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And be generous, right? Because you come from generosity.
Yeah, because it says that if you protect the life, or taking the life, the karma of taking life ripens will be a place where the earth is unpleasant and
Nice.
it's just mystic power degenerates.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah, they were talking about the color of the earth around you. Yeah.
Oh, that kind of beautiful.
Yeah, that kind of beautiful. Yeah.
Cool.
what karma you need to collect if you want to live in a place where you can enjoy the sweet and pleasant fragrances of earth?
I saw the answer. But
What was it? What,
yeah, but it got.
sexual purity?
Yeah.
Pure sex.
Chinzong, help her out. Thank you, Ale. Now the car has gasoline. She should come sit in the class, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Ale. Oh, she's making our burgers.
Next time, okay? Next for tomorrow or something. Or will you decide?
Sure.
Let Nick decide, because we have other guests coming. Okay.
Yeah, so keeping sexual purity.
Nice. Okay.
Forests are stinky.
Oh,
Okay, that's it.
And little grasses.
yay! Nice homework. Okay, here we go. Okay, we just finished. That karma will result when it ripens that people won't listen to what you say. They won't credit your words. They won't respect what you have to offer in a meeting or something like that. They'll just blow you up. Okay, just in case you were wondering about the karma. Right? Is this where we are?
Yeah.
Yep.
Starting mine.
Yeah, so we're on the last 3 bad deeds. And by the way, just to make you happy, then he's going to do the 10 good deeds. So he's going to do the opposite. Okay, so which is a nice way to do it. Depress the student first, and then make them happy. Okay. Please read content.
Chuck,
Vivian,
Chuck,
check her. Chuck.
Chuck sent me get way lay key nam get lay key nam bar Ming Pei
Min Bei.
Ming Bei Dre
Day.
Ming Dre Tang Nei Tang Dro
Oh. Now be careful because this is not Ndo, which means to go. Neither is it Dro, which means to overestimate. Drondo. It's Cho. Cho. A different sound. So we have Ndo, Dro, and Cho. This is Cho, which means wheat.
Dro la sok pei sok pei
Bei.
Bei
Yeah.
Dre
Nice.
Xing drop
Cha.
ma tang
Nice.
pa
This is a real B. Bun, because it has a prefix letter. So bun.
Bun
Yeah.
la sok pei
Bei.
Bei
Yeah. Okay.
Kiu mang wan gyuro
You're good. Your prenasals are good. Now get your unaspirated. Ba ta. Say kacha tapata. Kacha tapata. Kacha tapata. Kacha tapata. Okay, 3 different columns, right? Say kacha tapa ta. Then kacha tapata. Lots of air. Then go down here, sexy. Kacha tapata. Okay. 3 different rows of letters, columns of letters. Okay. And by the way, they come up the mouth. Ka comes from the throat. Cha comes from the top of the mouth. Ta comes from the teeth, and ba comes from the lips. They come up your mouth. They were designed that way by the Sanskrit, ancient Sanskrit people. Okay. Okay. Chaksam, number 8. What? It's interesting. It's stated as a negative.
Covetousness? Or
Bad.
not wanting, not.
Not being happy with.
Yeah, not being happy when others get something. Okay? It's defined negatively. It means desire. But it means not being happy when others get something. Okay? And then what's 9? Being happy when they get hurt. Okay. All right. So Chaksam begin. So if you just say desire, it loses the meaning. I mean, in English, desire is very limited. It means sex and donuts or something. No, it's not the. It's a lot different when you say to be unhappy that others get something, than if you say desire. They have completely different feeling to the reader. It's similar to envy, very similar. Yeah. So anyway, that kind of bad karma, which is mental, which is more powerful, because the maker of the karma is right next door to this refrigerator. Okay. Namba mimba, when it ripens, there's problems with your day, which means debu means result. J means rice. Okay.
Chen too, right?
And your nay, yeah,
And your wheat.
yeah.
So they mean your crops.
Well, he names them, you see.
Yeah.
And your weed. your yields, okay? Debu here is yield of your crops. How much do you get out? In English we say yield. What percent do you get out of the crops?
生产有多少？
Nyung.
Little, small.
And then there's a lot of problems with the trauma.
就是生产非常少。
Yeah, like corn, you get worms going into the core of the corn ear.
很多
And bumba
吃空了。
means the coating on rice, the skin on the rice that you take off. It's called bumba. We call chaff in English. The skin of the rice before you eat it, you take off.
的那个外面的那一层。
Very famous bumba chawashi in Tokyo ne. Ninsen kundu tabu dunyula. Juna de tengen ju kiwala. Very famous. Three principal paths, right? See life as bumba. It's chaff. It's not the real thing. Okay. And in the Abhidharma, there'll be a famous bumba later about eating well-prepared meals, which means to start to experience the karma. Anyway, bumba, you'll have problems with the crops. They'll get rust or damage on the skin of the rice or on the ears of the corn or stuff like that. Okay. Kyen means damage or problems. Okay. How do you say no problem in Kyenmendo? Kyenmendo. Which is the joke is what? That always means you have a problem. Especially if an Indian says, there's no problem, sir. You're like, oh no. When they say no problem, you're like, whoa. Okay. Please read.
雷霆皮囊把你
Nice, Bart. She actually learns things
龙
so far.
就神吉 care
War.
hero
Nice. Now, the pattern here
这里有一个
is that he kind of gives the environmental result,
他给了你
and then I split it off for you because he gives the personal result.
性的结果，然后
Okay? Kind of 3 in 1, right?
就是4朵
Of the 4 flowers,
和第一朵。
right? He focuses on 3 and then he focuses on 1. And as the great scholar Tung Tung said, the others are assumed in the logic. Okay? Okay. I bet you didn't say that. Okay. Nei Deni, this same. Okay, this means this same. Meaning the one I just talked about. Being unhappy when others get something. That when it ripens, your longchas are carried away by Shen.
Community property.
Your belongings are taken away.
Yeah, they walk off with your stuff. They walk off with your stuff. Okay, could be the government with your taxes, and could be your friend with your coat. Okay, friend is cheaper. Okay, carried away by others. Yeah. Okay. By the way, that's like in Kusum Lamkir to use the 3 events of death as a path towards the the 3 bodies. Okay. So this care means to take or to use. Okay. Yeah. Often it has a prefix ao. Okay. Okay, number 9.
Nu
Yeah, high, stronger. Yeah.
怒三你嘅为雷奇能把你命陪落到
Min Bei. I'm gonna get this B with you if I have to kill you. Okay.
被落到堂追葡萄撒碰撒为糖早晚糖卡瓦就瓦就罗
Okay, good. Yeah. No sound means
Wanting to, being unhappy when other people get.
no. Being happy when
Happy when other people don't get.
when people get trouble. Okay. Being happy when people get trouble. No sound. Migewe leki. By the way, it doesn't have to be malice or something like that. You see, we don't do malice every day. but we are constantly unhappy that others are praised in the class or something like that. Sorry, happy when they are criticized by Geshe-la. Deep down, deep down. So happy that, now what's the ripening of that karma?
He calls it all of Mige Wei.
Yeah,
All the
it's an
deed
apposition. Yeah, the bad deed of,
has.
the bad deed of being happy when others get hurt. Okay. Your lotoks,
Your crops.
your crops, your fruits. I would almost say yields, okay, but we'll see. And the sabans themselves for next year are to tawa.
Wow.
Spicy.
Okay, so tawa can mean hot, but here it means spicy. Or too bitter.
Fruits are too sweet.
Yeah, I had trouble with this. I sat with this for a while because kawa can also mean snow. And sawa can also mean heat. And then I thought, oh, they're getting burned or they're getting frozen.
All right.
The seeds, But then I thought nusem.
It's because you're
It's a parallel. Your state of mind is
Spicy.
bitter and spicy. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a theme here. It's a theme. Yeah. So kawa can also mean bitter. Okay. Okay. And last 2 nights ago for V I made what do you call it? Red enchilada. And there's a ristra. Do you know ristra?
Of course I do. I'm New Mexican now.
Oh yeah. So it's a string of chilies, and it's a crapshoot. It's a gambling. You don't know if it's going to be super hot or cold or. You buy them. They cost $20.
yeah.
And they're chilies, red chilies. They're about this long. And you take them and you break them off and you make them into sauce and then you pray and then you taste it. So sometimes it can be terribly bitter
It's crazy when you get the hot.
or hot and you die. Or sometimes they don't taste like anything. From his state is famous, the best ones. What are they called?
Hatch.
Hatch chilies. Hatch. There's a town there.
It's half red and green.
And the earth is somehow perfect and it makes perfect taste. Not too hot and interesting. So anyway, the seeds themselves are bitter, and they create bitter next year. And then you pull that plant out and you throw it away because it will create bitter ones next year. You think. So, okay. So that's the which result?
That's
Environmental. And here comes the personal result. Okay, go ahead.
你睇你企能把你睇
Bay.
背
Yeah, 2 P's here.
那你同那你都把你叫我
Nice. What's it mean?
You'll see people suffering around you. No, you will be suffering.
Don't forget, do can have 2 opposite meanings.
Beautiful. You won't be beautiful.
Yeah, people look at you and they say you don't look nice. Okay, you will seem unattractive when others look at you. Okay, when people see you.
Couldn't you also be a beautiful person?
Say again? Oh yeah, it could have been. They will see you as a beautiful person. That's true. But since it's a bad karma, okay, so they will see you as unattractive. Okay. There's the way I learned Duk, I remember, it was Tana Duk, which is the name of the city of the Devas in the heaven of the 33. And it means beautiful to behold. Tana Duk, if you look beautiful. And that's how I learned this Duk. And then I was complaining to Rinpoche, come on, Duk is suffering. Dungel. What does it mean beautiful? And then he was like, go right to me, Samboda. He lived 1,000 years. He said, write him a letter. Don't bug me. I didn't make the word, okay? Okay, we're up to number 10. Yay! The worst one. Go. Lokpatawa.
六百大話，你嘅你企能把面對，唔最 Abu, May, Patang, June, Padang, Tuk, Tang, Gu, Wa, Lei, Sok,
Last okpa.
Sok, Pa, Pa,
Jungwar.
Njong, Pa, Njong.
Yeah, Jungwar. Okay. As a first syllable, it's par, like pardo, the in between death and birth. But as a second syllable, it goes to war. Yeah. Okay. Which means you have to know what the word is before you know the word is, which is the problem with Tibetan. Okay. Anyway, lopatawa.
Wrong view.
Yeah, like there's no karma, there's no consequences. There's famous ones. No past lives famous, yeah. There's no three jewels. Okay. Migewile, that kind of bad karma. When it ripens, your crops don't produce yield. You don't get a good yield from the crops. I sat with Chungpa for a while and I decided it's probably chupa, which means to chusawa, which means they will go to, what do you call it?
Rot on the vine.
Yeah, like that. They go to waste in the field. The crops will be wasted. Where does chusawa come? Famous.
The laws of karma.
Yeah, in the laws of
They
karma.
don't change.
Things don't just go away. So chisawa with crops means go bad on the tree. The fruit rots on the tree or something. Or something happens. Okay. So I predict that the Sanskrit will be some kind of word for go to waste or something. Okay. I predict it was miscarved because nga looks like da. Okay.
You didn't correct it up there though, Geshe?
I didn't correct it because I want to see the Sanskrit first, and I'm waiting for my Sanskrit expert to give it to me.
Bengami?
No, the one in the corner. Tuk.
Poison.
Yeah, something will happen and poison the crops. Okay, and or a kuma will come.
Thief.
Yeah, they'll be stolen. Okay, la sopa, etc. Okay, you'll get these kind of problems. So whatever it is, this one has to be a crop problem. Okay. Chungma means what?
Wife?
Yeah, so it could have been a white problem, as we know.
Happened.
But
Throw in there.
but there's a whole list of crop problems. So it's probably not your wife went out and yelled at the crop. She saves it for you. Okay. Yeah.
Are the last three totally equal to three poisons? Because in Chinese they're often mixed.
Oh, are the last three the three poisons?
Yeah.
I think you could say that. You could kind of say that. Yeah.
We've seen it other
You don't see exactly the same words used, but I think it's parallel. Yeah.
But the wrong Jew isn't necessarily the ignorance.
Yeah, I mean, there's kinds of wrong view that are. I mean, there's kinds of ignorance which are not listed in Lokta. So it's a rough correlation, but not a perfect one. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's the personal result. Mawa no. Chepar.
Then
Yay, Ben Kramer came here.
Ben Wei Zu La Lei A La So Ba A So Ba La Te Ba Euro.
Okay, good. Lady Ni, when that karma of not believing in karma, not believing in the three jewels, what was the other one? Not believing in past and future lives. When that karma ripens, you become a person whose his text. Oh, Buddha said everything's empty, so nothing exists. Okay.
become a nihilist.
Okay, you become a nihilist. This is always described as the result of defective education. It's rare that a person comes to it on themselves, by themselves. And then Chepatawa, it's related, but if things are not self-existent, they must cut off. They must discontinue. Okay, it's similar. Okay. Or you become this Lokayata, which is a non-Buddhist school. Well, what does it mean, Gangpemba? Oh, should be.
The far offers, the outcasts, the ones
Yeah.
they're way out there.
It's a Hindu school, and their name is outcast because they are so far from correct. Yeah. And we studied them for too long in his text, in Ben's text. This word is interesting because of a word that it appears in, which is Sudakang, and which is vihara in Sanskrit, and it means a temple. And it's very, very common. There's a place, it could be, but there's a place in India where the temple is called Tsuglakang. You can ask me later. Okay, but the ancient meaning is a repository for tsuglaks, which means shastra. And so this is an ancient word for a book. Tsuglak. And it, tsug means to stick and lak means hand, and maybe it means you wrote down, I don't know. But you will see it fairly commonly.
Isn't it a place where you put old scriptures or something?
I don't think so. That's a Satsakang.
Oh, Satsakang.
Yeah, so Tsuglakang. Yeah, that's a different thing. But Tsuglakang is a temple. But it means a place where you store books. Okay, but it came to be temple. And vihara is a very common word in Sri Lanka for a monastery or a dharma center. I used to do business there, and they would say, "You want to go to the vihara?" And so that's what vihara means.
In
Indonesia, it's also called vihara.
Still called vihara? Yeah, cool. Okay, so you will depa for those suglaks.
You're going to have faith in those scriptures.
You have faith in the far offers scriptures.
Yeah, in the stupid books. Okay. All right. You will. Yeah, the karma of not believing in karma is that books that say karma is stupid are common in your world.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're going to be into them.
Yeah, and you believe it. Yeah. Okay. That's a sad thing. That's a really sad thing. What's it called? Lobsang Rampa books. They're, one of the first Tibetan books to come to America was wild stories about this monk called Lobsang Rampa. He was a quack and he wrote books.
He just made
A Westerner, and he wrote wild books about Tibet. And when I started studying Tibetan, that's all people knew about. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna float." Dr. Strange came from that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, that means you're gonna be born in that place. Instead of meeting Rinpoche, you're gonna meet Dr. Strange movies. Okay. Okay, let's go, Tang Tang. By the way, we want Mr. Wu in May, or I'm gonna spank him. Okay.
Yeah, you can translate that.
Okay. Migewe le.
Kilam di ju chi di da ji da ji dar zhong gong par te da rap du J
Pal, rub to pal.
war gil day.
Let's stop there, okay? Migewe le kilam.
path
Paths of these
Yeah,
numbers.
this bad path, karma path, these 10, and then you get this jita linked with deta. Okay, it's like kyang and kyang. Okay, and it means the more you blah, the more you blah. Okay, so the more you work, get used to them, the more they spread. Okay, they increase. Yeah, and and we hit the second flower.
然后我们就这里是讲这
Okay. Now he just did it for everything. Yeah. Each time you do them,
会怎么做，
you're more likely to do them again. Okay. That's the basic principle. Yeah. The more you go,
自的去
the more they huh? You get in the habit. Yeah. There. Now start here, please, Tang Tang.
take cheer number G pay day say
Say.
deal you can deal mar mi jung pu ram xin you can pu ram mi jung pu nam you can hak tang ka ra mi jung.
Okay. I would have been more comfortable if this had been more comfortable if it had been Smin. Okay, and they're not similar, so I don't know. I looked at it, I stared at it, I spelled it 10 different ways. It doesn't make sense to me. We have to check the Sanskrit. Okay, but what it says now is when they are destroyed, which doesn't make much sense. Okay, and the pattern so far is when it ripens. Okay, so we got to look at the Sanskrit. Okay, I doubt that it's destroyed. Okay, when it ripens, and this is a pattern he's going to repeat. Okay, you can have sesame seeds, but something will happen and you won't get sesame butter. Like rats will run away with it, or somebody will steal it, or there'll be a fire. You know, even if you get the crop, you won't be able to make the product. Something will go wrong. And then he keeps going. And even if you have the sugar cane, you won't get sugar. Well, I'm going to take this, even if you get the sugar cane, you don't get the sugar inside stuff. Okay, what do you call it? Inside of the pulp. Yeah, I like it. BK pulp. Sugar pulp.
No pulp.
Yeah, you get the plant, but when you break it open, there's nothing inside.
It's actually saying all of it's
And even if you get the pulp, you squeeze it and no juice comes out. And even if you get the juice, you can't make chimakara, which means sugar in Tibetan. Yeah, chimakara. Okay.
Interesting. No.
It's a very interesting. Like you do a project and the first step goes okay, and then but it's like you get the students for CSP, but then they don't pay. So like you don't get a follow through. You see what I mean? You get the first thing, but you don't get the second thing. Or you get the second thing, you don't get the third thing. You don't get the third thing.
Kind of showing the disconnect between conventional.
Disconnect. Yeah, disconnect. No, it says all 10. Yeah. Just projects screw up step by step. Just like life, huh?
So if we keep the 10 good virtues, we can have a beautiful project.
Yeah. Each step will go well. He's talking about first step goes well, second step fails. Then second step goes well, third step fails. Okay, like that. Huh?
Did you surmise the thing about the pulp just by logic, since the next one was juice?
Yeah, exactly. I need a progression.
Okay.
I need a progression. Yeah, he's obviously making a progression. So sometimes when you translate, you gotta force it to meet the progression. Okay, and it's a good thing. Okay, sometimes you gotta like squeeze the word into the right place.
That's what they mean.
Yeah. Now and because he repeats the pattern here. So please read.
花
Pa,
爬有强木
Oma.
Oma,
oma mi njong
Minjung. Yeah.
oma yu
Sometimes the prenasal leaks to the word before. So it becomes Minjung.
minjong
Yeah, it leaks to the, especially if there's an open vowel. E, Minjung. Yeah.
minjong
Yeah. Oma,
oma yu强嘛你
Minjung.
minjong take da mi ge wa juk juk le ki nam ba ning bei chi ro di
Yeah.
di no
Ngo, ngo.
bu na ning juk
Gupar, gupar.
gupar
Nguro. Nice. Pa you can Oma Minjung.
How's the cow?
Yeah, you got lots of cows and there's no milk. They don't give any milk.
You get milk and no butter.
Then you get the milk and you make butter, but no butter comes out. Okay. Okay. They didn't need enough. There's something wrong with the grass, I guess, according to science. Yeah, you often hear in the monastery people will go, Oma, 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 and they are selling milk. So the Indian people around in the villages, they learned this word. It's the only Tibetan word they know. And they walk to the monastery and they go, Oma, Oma, Oma. Sometimes they walk into the rooms and clean them out. Okay. Tetar migewa chui le number mimbe.
This is examples of ripenings from the 10 misdeeds.
Yeah, when the 10 bad deeds ripen, it messes up Gupa, causes trouble. Gupa means trouble. It causes problems with
Stuff.
How you see things on the outside.
Yeah.
the outside stuff.
Stuff you're out.
Environment.
Okay.
Okay, with outside stuff. Not you don't get sick or you get a headache, or it's not like that. Outside stuff gets messed up. And he's emphasizing that. He talked about personal, he talked about habit, but it wasn't his emphasis. The emphasis was like as if he were talking to farmers. You know, look, the dirt's not going to work, the crops are not going to work, the seeds are not going to work, the cows are not going to give milk. You know, he's talking to agricultural society.
So right now we should speak about computers and
Mutual.
Yeah. Your programs won't work right. You'll get this circle.
Code real now.
Death.
you have a $3,000.
We can rewrite this. We can rewrite this book.
I think you should get Monsanto. You know, if Monsanto got this, maybe they'd stop.
Yeah,
Sure. If we
maybe.
stop, there would be no Monsanto.
Okay, now we're gonna flip to the good deeds.
Yay!
No more depression. Okay, please read.
cái hòa chu lấy
Chui.
chui lấy khí não lão nén giảm yang năm yang thập ba lăng tây chú
Cứu.
cứu chỉ rô kỹ nú
Ngopo. From your throat, no teeth. Ngo.
nú
Yeah, ngopo.
nang nén cún
Năm
nang phù su suk bar in cure day
Good.
khang
Kong.
khang
Shena. Good. Nice. You're getting better and better. Gawa Chui Leki Lam, the 10 good karmas. Yandapa Lam, if you take them up, if you do them, what's this gear?
实践是胜利
The causes? By those
Yeah, by those causes. It's an instrumental. It's an instrumental. Okay. By the cause of practicing the 10 good deeds perfectly, then the Churuku Mungopos,
The outer world
stuff on the outside, will Punsan Sopa.
will be perfect.
Yeah. So that's when you get a parallelism like that, you can go back and fix the RGUD, trouble, right? Because it's supposed to be the opposite.
Right.
So, if you do the 10 good karmas, then everything around you will be perfect. What's the Sanskrit for Punsam Sopa?
Atisha.
Atisha, yeah, that's his name, okay? The great guru who came to Tibet, yeah. The Xuanzang of Tibet, kind of. Gyurte, Chukashina.
What are these 10?
What are these 10? Oh, I'm glad you asked me. Okay. Okay, it's a rhetorical question, right? Oh, what are those 10? I'm sure you want to know. Please go.
Yeah.
Nick, or Udpa, either one.
Sujupa, pan, bang, bei, nang, ba, ning, bei,
Minbei.
ming, bei, ni, sei, tu,
Side to dumb.
xi, ji, xi, jing, nei, bar, ming, gyuro.
Yeah, he just says the opposite.
Yeah.
You won't get those problems we had. Yeah, Sokchupa. If you give up killing, then the karma ripens. The two of the tha.
The power.
Yeah, the power.
Physical power.
Yeah, and Sijin is even more. By the way, it's not Cg, BRGID, which is that queen-like appearance or something. Okay. Eminence or something like that. Sijin means Chingilap. These have mystical or magical connotations. Okay, so then the earth becomes potent. Sijin, okay. It won't become impotent, okay. Okay. All right.
2 minutes.
Yeah, keep going.
Ma, jing, ba, len, ba, pang,
Bang bei.
bang, bei, nang, ba, ning.
You got lots of pause here. You can practice this sentence at home.
Ming, bei, ning, ser, wa,
Sorry.
qi, wa, tang, ning,
Sin.
sing, tang, mu, ke, la, so, pa, ndrong, war, ming, gyuro.
Nice. If you give up what? Stealing, then when the karma ripens, you won't get serwa.
Birds eating your.
Miser.
No. Some kind of entity, being.
Hail.
Oh, hail.
Okay. Yeah, okay, serwa. And you won't get chiwas, rats, and you won't get
Worms.
what do they call that worms in corn?
We just call them worms.
Weevils.
Weevils,
Weevils are
worms.
bugs.
Okay,
They're little.
and you won't get in general. You won't get muge. Muge means famine. A whole country is hungry. Okay, muge.
Light. Yeah.
No, that's a different. That's called sa.
Particular.
Okay, muge means widespread hunger.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah. Etc. won't happen in your country. We got time for one more?
We have no minutes.
Okay, we'll stop there. Good deeds. 1, 2. Stop here.
It's a bug that makes a wormy-like hole.
Yeah, it makes a hole. Like a worm.
Yeah.
It eats its way through stuff.
Bye, Mr. Wu.
Larvae may be.
How's the kids program going?
Yeah.
How's the kids program going?
老师，可是老师问您少年中国的项目进行
Did the kids make him crazy yet?
老师，那个孩子有没有让您抓狂？I sent you an email and it's Mr. Wu sending some pictures of his program. To show everybody.
Sure.
Okay.
I did not receive said email. Email or WeChat?
Email.
Okay. Aha.
You want to take the screen?
Yeah, I'm just going to download the pictures first. And movie.
Cool.
Feature film.
Huh? Let's watch a movie and cancel the class.
Well, if you're insisting. Okay, let's see what we got here.
老师。 已经放屏幕上给大家看。
Coming right up, Mr. Wu.
讲完了，然后现在看您拍的图片跟影片。